Every 4 years, the world stops. It doesn't matter if you are in Mumbai or Madrid, Lagos or Los Angeles, Beijing or Buenos Aires. For 39 days, the entire planet watches one tournament, the FIFA World Cup, and the 2026 edition is the biggest, most expensive, most geographically spread, and most historically significant World Cup ever organized. Three host countries, 16 cities, 48 teams up from 32, 104 matches, $871 million in prize money, and it starts right now. This is your complete guide to FIFA World Cup 2026. Every fact, every city, every story on AK World Vision. I am Amrendra Kumar. Welcome to AK World Vision. Today, the greatest sporting event on earth and everything you need to know about it. Let's get into it. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is the 23rd edition of the greatest sporting competition on earth, and it breaks records before a single ball is kicked. It is the first time in World Cup history that three countries are jointly hosting. United States 11 cities, Mexico 3 cities, Canada 2 cities, 16 host cities total. And the teams? Previous World Cups 32 nations, 2026 48 nations, 16 additional countries, 16 more national anthems, 16 more sets of dreams competing for the ultimate prize. In Qatar 2022 fans watched 64 matches, 2026 104 matches, 40 extra games. It runs for 39 days longer than any previous tournament. And the prize money? Qatar 2022 $440 million total, 2026 $871 million, nearly double. The winning nation takes home $50 million. Even the teams eliminated in the group stage walk away with $21.5 million each. And one of the most beautiful stories of 2026, four nations are at their first ever World Cup. Cape Verde, a tiny island nation of West Africa. Curaçao, the smallest nation by population ever to qualify for a World Cup. Jordan, from the heart of the Middle East. Uzbekistan, Central Asia's first World Cup appearance. For these four nations, every single match in 2026 is history being made. Now let's take you through the stadiums that will host this tournament. The tournament opens at one of football's most iconic venues, Estadio Azteca, Mexico City. Capacity 87,000. This stadium has hosted World Cup matches in 1970, 1986, and now 2026, making it the only stadium in history to host matches at three separate World Cups. Mexico takes on South Africa in the opening match. The atmosphere will be unlike anything football has seen in decades. The final on July 19 at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, just across the river from Manhattan. The largest stadium ever to host a World Cup final. And for the first time in World Cup history, there will be a halftime show. Coldplay's Chris Martin is helping FIFA finalize the list of artists who will perform at the biggest game in world football. FIFA President Gianni Infantino confirmed it on Instagram. The first ever halftime show at a FIFA World Cup final in New York, New Jersey. This will be a historic moment. The semifinals will be held at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, home of the Dallas Cowboys NFL franchise capacity 100,000. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, home of Atlanta Falcons, one of the most architecturally stunning sports venues in the world. Third place Match Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, all 16 cities spread across North America from Vancouver on the Pacific coast to Boston on the Atlantic seaboard, from Mexico City in the tropics to Seattle near the Canadian border. Now let's make sure you understand exactly how this tournament works, because the format has completely changed. Previously 32 teams in 8 groups of 4. Now 48 teams in 12 groups of 4. From each group, the top 2 teams advance, plus the 8 best third place teams from across all 12 groups also advance. That gives us a total of 32 teams in the knockout stage. For the first time in World Cup history, there is a round of 32. This is a brand new stage introduced because of the expanded format. After the round of 32, it is the standard knockout format. Round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, the final, The 19th of July 2026, MetLife Stadium. Key dates for your calendar. June 11, opening match, Mexico versus South Africa Azteca. June 12, USA versus Paraguay Los Angeles. June 12, Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina Toronto. June 27, group stage ends. July 19, the final MetLife Stadium. Now, the most important question every football fan is asking, who is going to win? Let's look at the main contenders. France widely considered the pre-tournament favorite. Kylian Mbappe, arguably the best player in the world right now, will be 27 years old in 2026. He was the top scorer in 2022. He scored in the final against Argentina. France lost on penalties. In 2026, Mbappe and France are coming back with one mission, not to be runner-up. Brazil, the most successful nation in World Cup history, 5 titles. Their last was 2002. That is 24 years of hurt. Led by Vinicius Junior, explosive, world-class and motivated Brazil will be one of the most dangerous teams in North America. England, Harry Kane, one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the game. England reached the semi-finals in 2018. The Euro 2020 final lost on penalties. Football's coming home, the phrase England fans have chanted for decades. 2026 is their generation's best chance. Spain, winners of Euro 2024, with a young, incredibly technical squad. No single superstar but a collective brilliance that makes them arguably the most complete team in the tournament. And the defending champion Argentina. The question everyone is asking, will Lionel Messi play? He will be 38 years old during the 2026 tournament. He has not confirmed whether this will be his last World Cup or whether 2022 was his final bow. If Messi plays, Argentina are a genuine contender. If not, Argentina will need others to step up as never before. And the three host nations. USA currently ranked 11th in the world with home advantage. This is genuinely America's best ever chance to win a World Cup. Mexico, with the most passionate football culture in North America, will have enormous home support. Canada hosting their first ever World Cup at home, a truly historic moment for Canadian football. And for the millions of Indian football fans, a painful truth. India did not qualify for the 2026 World Cup, failing to make it through the Asian qualifiers. India defeated Kuwait 1-0 early in the campaign but lost 3-0 to Qatar and ultimately failed to advance. The dream of India at a World Cup remains unfulfilled, but the hunger is there, the passion is there, and perhaps 2030 or 2034 is India's moment. Now let's talk about the money. Because FIFA World Cup 2026 is not just the biggest sporting event, it is the biggest financial event in sports history. The total prize pool was confirmed at $871 million at a FIFA Council meeting in Vancouver on April 28, 2026. That is nearly double what was distributed in Qatar. The breakdown. Winners $50 million, runners up $33 million, third place $29 million. Even if you lose every group game, you leave with $21.5 million. That is $12.5 million in qualification money plus $9 million for the group stage. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said, the economic impact on the host nations is estimated at $5 billion for the United States alone from tourism, broadcasting, merchandise, and hospitality. Hotels in all 16 host cities have been sold out for years. Flights to North America from every continent are the most booked in aviation history for that period. Now, some of the most fascinating and lesser known stories surrounding World Cup 2026. The hantavirus outbreak we covered in a previous AK World Vision video erupted just weeks before the World Cup begins. Hundreds of thousands of fans from South America, including Argentina, Brazil, Chile, are traveling to North America. Public health experts raised concerns about the timing of this outbreak with a massive international sporting event. The WHO confirmed the risk to the general public remains low, but monitoring of South American travelers is being intensified. This is something to watch during the tournament. Several stadiums hosting World Cup matches are American football stadiums being temporarily converted for soccer. This means wider pitches, different branding, different grass configurations, all being adapted for the beautiful game. Some football traditionalists are not happy. FIFA insists the playing surfaces will meet international standards. For the first time at a World Cup, AI-assisted semi-automated offside detection will be used in all 104 matches. The system uses multiple cameras and player skeletal tracking to make offside decisions in under 25 seconds versus the minutes-long VAR checks of 2022. Controversial decisions should be faster. Whether they will be more accurate, football will judge. Estadio Azteca becomes the first stadium in history to host World Cup matches at three separate tournaments: 1970, 1986, and 2026. It was there that Diego Maradona scored both the hand of God and the goal of the century, both in the same match against England in 1986. It was there that Pele and Brazil lifted the 1970 trophy. The history of this building is the history of football itself. Let me bring this home to what World Cup 2026 means for the billion plus Indians watching. India did not qualify, but India is watching with a passion that grows with every tournament. India's FIFA ranking currently 126 in the world. The journey to the World Cup for a nation of 1.4 billion people remains one of football's great unfulfilled stories. Sunil Chhetri, India's greatest ever football player who retired in 2024, never played at a World Cup. He deserved to. For Indian fans watching, some teams worth following: Brazil, the most popular football nation among Indian fans with their beautiful attacking style. England, the historical connection through cricket has always made England a natural second team for many Indians. Jordan, a fellow Asian nation at their first ever World Cup, a story that deserves every Indian fan's support. And the future? 2034 FIFA World Cup, Saudi Arabia. India has expressed interest in both hosting and participating in future editions. The journey from FIFA ranking 126 to the World Cup requires massive investment in youth football, infrastructure, and league quality. But the dream is alive. Let me end with the question that goes beyond statistics and prize money. Why does the World Cup matter? It is the only event where a tiny island nation like Curaçao stands on the same pitch as football giants like Brazil and France. Where a child in Verde can watch their national team play on the world's biggest stage for the first time in history. Where billions of people who disagree about politics, religion, language, and borders find themselves holding their breath at exactly the same moment. Football, more than any other sport, is truly global. It is played everywhere, loved everywhere, dreamed about everywhere, and for 39 days, from June 11 to July 19, 2026, the entire world plays together. India may not be on the pitch, but every Indian who watches, who loves the game, is part of something larger. The World Cup belongs to everyone who loves football, including us. Three countries, 16 cities, 48 nations, 104 matches, 39 days, one trophy. The FIFA World Cup 2026 has already begun. If this video gave you value, please drop a like. It genuinely helps AK World Vision grow. Subscribe for more sports and world coverage like this. And tell me in the comments, which team are you supporting in 2026? And do you think India can qualify for 2030? Drop your answers below. I read every comment. I am Amrendra Kumar. This is AK World Vision. See the world differently.